Ooh, baby, she looking good. What is going on, guys, and welcome to the vlog. Rocking my dinosaur shirt today because I'm in a good mood. If you guys can't already tell, I've been in a really good mood lately, and one is because of my Soarer is getting bagged, and I've always wanted a bagged car, and two, I'm about to hit 50,000 subscribers, and I have wanted that for so long, ever since I started YouTube, way back in like 2010, crazy stuff like that. So if you guys aren't subscribed, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. It will help me out a ton. Let's go and see how the Soarer is doing. What's up, buddy? All right, guys, so last night we were here and we got the hardwood floor done in the trunk, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. We started on the hardline setup for the dual tanks and the manifold and all that stuff for the bags. This is where we left off last night, and today we are going to continue it. And you said you kind of want to get the trunk done tonight, right?
Yeah, I'd like to.
So if we can get the trunk done tonight, that would be so cool. No worries if not, we have more time, but it would be really cool to see this car on the road by the end of the week. But let me show you guys the hardwood floor trunk one more time, just because I love it so much. Boom!
Looks so good.
So we've been at the hard lines for like 15 minutes or so, just kind of getting an idea and a feel for them. We bent a couple of them, and with hard lines, it's a very complicated, you know, back and forth trial and error type thing. We got this to kind of go to where we want it to, but you can see these gaps in here aren't 100% the same, which just, you know, proves that it's not easy to make each bend 100% exact. So we're gonna brainstorm a little bit more and maybe switch up the setup a little bit, maybe go for something a little simpler. He has more line that we can work with if we need to, so we'll see, but it should be cool regardless. We've been doing a little bit of thinking, going back and forth with stuff. These were originally bent at a 45 going down, but what we literally did was we took them and we just spun them around, which is the awesome thing about hardlines, is you can just go crazy with things, and random things like that can pop up and just be cool. It looks a lot better. We get clearance between the tanks, and I mean, they're sagging right now, but you can obviously see the idea that we're gonna kind of have here. And I think that that might be the route that we go. So we're just kind of cutting up the leftover stuff that we had to see if we can mock up the other side of it and go from there. But I think that this might be the direction that we're going in. So I think we figured out what we want to do with the hard lines, and I think things are going I think things are going more according to plan, which is awesome. So we're gonna continue grinding on with them, and once we get it all done, we will put it in the trunk, figure out where we need everything. We can take the hard lines off, clean them up, clean all the Sharpie marks, polish them up, because they look really nice when they're polished up. And then onto that, I think it's just putting them, like drilling the holes in the hardwood for the bulkheads and stuff.
Yep.
I got things right. So that's the plan, so let's push on. So I think we have the hard lines figured out. We have them all put in, bent and everything, and they look really cool. So this is what we came up with. As you can see, they're dope. They kind of have like this step to them, and then they'll come out flat against the front of the tank, and then obviously they all come out of the management, and it looks super cool. The bottoms are going to go into the hardwood floor using bulkheads, so they'll be super clean, and it looks awesome. So I'm stoked. But it's super hot and humid today. Again, it's like 110 degrees, and so we can't really paint the tanks today because it's too damn hot, and we can't paint the tanks in here because it's too humid. So we're gonna take a break real quick. We're gonna go and get some drinks and stuff, and we'll be back and we can throw it in the trunk and go from there. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So we got all the bulkheads drilled, we got all the lines going into it. They're still a little bit rough up here. We can bend them by hand and kind of like get them to fit properly. All right, you guys, so it has been actually like 5 or 6 days since I filmed the last, because it was Memorial Day, it was Labor Day weekend and all that stuff, but we're back, and the whole reason why we kind of took a little bit longer on this was because we realized something while we were doing the trunk setup, and it delayed us a little bit, but we're okay, we're back on schedule. Sorry, I'm gonna talk a little bit. So pretty much we were making the trunk setup, and we got all of the lines kind of bent and drilled through the hardwood, and then realized afterwards, we went comment searching because we like to read the comments and stuff, and someone said you need to redo those lines, those crimps and bends in them aren't good. And we were skeptical at first, but then we actually looked it up and talked to other people and realized that yes, it's actually not good to do that. So we had to disassemble the trunk setup, and you can kind of see it over there. Unfortunately, we had already drilled the holes in the hardwood floor, so we have to make a new hardwood floor, but that's no big deal. That was 25 bucks and 20 minutes to make. So while I was gone and not filming, they got a bunch of work done on it, which I know I was supposed to get like every aspect of this filmed, but it just didn't work out. But we got a lot of stuff done since then. The entire car is in the air. The stock suspension is out of the car. This is cool. The progress that he did in the trunk setup is awesome. So we took the spare out. He made kind of like a false floor and bolted the compressors to it, and it actually is secured by a factory Toyota spare tire holder, which is dope. And then if you guys remember the kind of issue that we had with wanting to reinforce the hardwood a little bit, because it was really hard to fit anything thicker in here. Well, since the spare tire well is kind of plumbed and a little bit lower, we're running 2x4s this way, and then we're gonna run 2x4s across the top. When we run those across, they'll be exactly level with the frame rails, and then we can lay the hardwood on top, and that will be much sturdier, much more secure. So not only did they get the suspension out, the trunk setup kind of situated with the compressors and stuff, but they also took apart the interior and ran all of the lines that were needed. So you can kind of see my interior is kind of taken apart right now. The lines are coming up through here. This is, I think, where we're going to mount the controller for the air on the side, because there's really no place to kind of put it anywhere else in here. We were going to originally try and put it in here, but there's not enough room. But you can see the back is completely gutted. They got the wires running nice and neatly up through to this little rubber grommet here, which is awesome. And they are ran in here, and they're gonna wrap this a little bit more in black, that way it stands out less, up to the battery, and that should be all set. So right now we're just kind of grinding on trunk done, like the compressors and stuff, getting the air suspension back in the car, and then maybe tonight we can start running the air lines from each side of the car to the back of the trunk. But we got a lot of work ahead of us tonight, so we will see how much we can get done tonight, because we want to get this car done by like Thursday, Friday or so. So I just finished cutting up a bunch of 3.5 foot aluminum sections so that we can use that. I think we decided to go with aluminum just because it looks a little better and it bends a little different. If you look at the copper here, focus, You can kind of see, come on, focus. So you can see the copper has a bunch of crimps and bends in it. That is not good, and that is the weak point that I discussed earlier. So aluminum actually is bending a lot nicer without any creases on it at all. So on top of me wanting to go with the aluminum just because it looks a little nicer, we also get no bends, no crimps or creases or anything like that. So it'll be safer, and aluminum just kind of looks good for everything. So aluminum it is. And we also picked up this new bender. The one that Chance had was a little bit worn out, and this one is brand new, and it works awesome. So we going, we coming.
I can't help but laugh at the fucking fly.
So while I was cutting the aluminum, Chance kind of got the bends on one just to mock it up and see what his idea looks like. Looks pretty good, so we're gonna continue with that a little bit. While we were doing that, Steve got the, what would be the JDM driver side or our passenger side of the car coilover in, bag in, and he's working on the other side now. And after that, it is jumping to the rear, and the bags will be in. What's funny is this car actually comes with electronic dampening, which these bolted to the top of the top hats, and they had electronic dampening. It's, I don't know how to explain it, so I'm not an expert, but you can kind of see it has its own kind of dampening system for each strut, which is pretty cool. The only downside is I don't really know what we're gonna do to hide those. Maybe we'll just disconnect the aluminum top hat things and just tuck the wires or something, or maybe there's a way we can kind of pull them out completely. But
we're actually gonna reconnect them.
Yeah, to the bags.
Yeah. I honestly thought about it though. I mean, if we put the covers back on, I feel like it would kind of give off like a cool look, especially in the front. You know?
That's true. Even though they really don't do anything.
No, it's literally just a cap, but I thought this said something about height adjustability.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, electronic modulated suspension. I just think it would be kind of cool to keep that factory look going over the top hat of the bag.
Yeah, we could do that. We might as well. God, this thing needs to be cleaned. This is just like Japan smeg. Every like import has this. Engine's like spotless, but the rest of the car is just full of this like schmeg. All right, guys, so rear bags are in, front bags are in. All four are max low, so we literally bottomed the collars out on both sides, and we're gonna get the maximum low out of this thing. Already, I mean, you can see how much higher up the hub is sitting from on the ground, so it'll go pretty low. We'll go pretty low. I think it'll be good. But another customer of Chance's came by to get a new management put in his car because the one before was a little faulty, so he got a new one put in, all calibrated. He's leaving now. Chance will come back in. We can do some more stuff. I think we might work on the hard lines a little more. I'm not too sure. Don't hold me on that, but we do have this hard line done, and we're just going to kind of use this as just kind of like a fake mock-up now that we have to make another one, but should be pretty cool. So Chance had to run out real quick to get something, and right now we are going to just be throwing the interior back in. It's kind of awesome because it's pretty self-explanatory. It goes in really easy, and that only makes me happier because further down the line towards probably winter, I will be redoing the entire interior and have to take everything out. So it's nice to know that everything kind of comes in and out pretty easy. So, what, you like the seat?
Yeah, you just put it up and it automatically goes up for you.
Yeah, that's for people to get in the back.
I thought it was broken. I was like, oh my gosh.
No. But, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. So, let's throw the interior back in. So that was super easy. Went in awesome. Which makes me happy because that means when I take it out, it won't be hard at all. So, putting the side pillar thingy-majiggers in, which will be painted or wrapped with some leather or something at some point, but whole interior is getting redone.
All right, guys, so it is 11 o'clock. We're kind of tired and everything. We've done definitely a lot of work today, and yeah, this thing's coming along. So we got the bags in today, the wires are run, and the interior's back together, and the trunk setup is pretty far along. As far as the hard lines and stuff go, I'll show you guys like a quick little glimpse of it. I'm not going to show a lot, but the compressors are bolted down in the trunk, and then we're going to do the false 2x4s to reinforce the rest of the stuff. It'll be really cool, but this is where we're kind of going, and it'll be quick, but this is where we're going with this. And okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Sorry again for the lack of videos. We were just really busy with other stuff, but we're back making more videos. So this thing will be bagged very soon on the ground, and I'm stoked. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to follow at Hartwell Tailored for doing all of this stuff, because he's a whiz at it. So I will see you guys in the next one.